There's so many great crafts and works of art.
This is an ephemeral space. It's going to be gone on Sunday night.
Art is usually the focal point to begin with.
Handmade objects just have a soul about them that I don't think you get from a machine-made piece.
We are all about using things that still have value, moving away from a disposable society. This is a great piece here that is recycled and then recycled again and then repurposed into art. We loved this lamp because it's a vintage industrial feel, but newly crafted. And this pottery is just aesthetically beautiful.
Monica Redquist, who did all the ceramic pieces, I actually went and saw her pieces at a gallery and just fell in love with it. And then I also use Richard Jones' vases, which inspired the wall color that I used in here.
But I was really inspired by Suellen's kind of sleek and really subtle, seductive curves. And then when I saw Richard's glasses, I just thought they'd be a really fun addition and make it a really fun room, having a really masculine room, but also really feminine as well.
The piece behind me is from Dan and Lee Ross, and they live in Lake Superior and are influenced by nature and the shapes that they see outside their window. Bob and Tor Erickson, and they had already had this gorgeous piece of walnut with a gorgeous grain. They took off from our initial conversations, and then this was the result.
We chose the Joel Nichols chair and ottoman because it's got such an open shape, but yet it holds its own with the upholstered pieces that we also included in the space. Then we chose this figure by David Bryce, and we were instantly drawn to this figure who was just so engaging and charming. We chose the Linda Ladwig bowls as a nice, crisp, angular line, as well as to have the white.
One of my first pieces that I really was inspired by was Tim Byrns' piece right here. Just loved the scale and the shape and everything. And then other things like Michael Mikula with his glass art objects, and then Scott McGlasson with his tables. You know, when you go into other, big box stores and shops, you see a beautiful array, but sometimes you don't see the personality, and that's where buying art and craft comes into play.
We started with Carl Zachmann's pieces. They all are movable art, which we thought was really interesting. And then we did borrow the table from Scott. That also has that quality of a little bit more rustic piece in a finer living room. I met Fred last year. I saw these pieces that are the colorless with the canes of glass inside them. I've never seen anything like that. When you really touch, a bowl of Takashi's or handle, and the complexity, the subtle beauty of it brings a dimension to the environment. And I own a piece of Gina Pannorfi's. I think what she does is sumptuous and relatively unique.
It's just interesting to see all the different materials that they use, and there's so much inspiration and beauty. It's hard to even put it into words.
Collaboration with Brownsmith Restoration and / Forage Modern Workshop and Willette. And they used reclaimed wood donated by Wood from the Hood to build all the bar tops. We asked all of the breweries to choose an artist and have them work together to come up with a print that would represent their brewery. Some of them are more artsy. You maybe don't even notice the brewery name at first. You notice more of the art details.
We chose Solid Manufacturing. They made the pour-over coffee stand and the dipped stools.
We imagined a really hip little apartment where somebody would be having an incredible brunch scenario.
These are objects that tell a story of the life that we live. The Wheel of Wood from Jim Keller, and I loved how it was both smooth and raw at the same time. A vase from Minho Cho, and I loved the glazing and all of the sort of painterly effects that he had done. A shawl from Muffy Young, and I loved that I could use it as a throw on the chair, a little bit different than what it's originally intended for.
It's a great event. There's a little something for everybody. There's certainly not a one-size-fits-all. There's going to be things that appeal to some and not others. That's art, and that should be embraced and encouraged, and get out and explore, see what you like.